Wow. Ooh-wee. I guess I gotta do this one more time. Greetings and welcome. Thank you for stopping by, joining me here at TikTok Live at Bloom from Within Love. I go by Bloomy, and happy Saturday. Happy Saturday night, depending on where you are on the globe. And by shocking surprise, I am back. I thought I was done with my lives today. I thought I was going to just do a couple shorts and then go on about the rest of my evening. But ironically enough, I was guided to come in and hopefully do something really quickly, well, however it goes, for those of you that this is for, because I was compelled. Actually, it was kind of happening all day, and I was like really just taking it in. I was like, oh, whatever, I'll deal with it later, or I'll give them this reading later, but the messages was coming in through music, through TV. So I was like, okay. So it's somebody this weekend asking some kind of questions related to what this reading is. So especially if you resonate, this is more a love reading. Okay. Those of you who resonate with twin flame journeys, those of you who are dealing with high level soulmate kind of journeys, those of you who are in separation, those of you who are dealing with karmic partners, or your partners are dealing with karmic partners. And so I was compelled to do this, but it's probably because I resisted a lot. And I'm going to tell you guys why in a minute. I resist this part. I'm like, I just do my own inner journey and inner work. I don't want to do no general readings. But so again, this is free. It is a general collective reading for those that are coming in. So I just appreciate you being here, sending positive vibes. May you receive all that positivity you need. Okay. Wishing you all well in your journey, especially if you're on this kind of journey. It has a lot of crazy, wacky shit connected to it. So to those of you who are on that ascension side of this process in this journey, I just want to send you some extra ah, love, light, peace, blessings, comfort, grace, strength, wherever you need it. Okay. But here's why I don't like it to do it. Okay. This kind of a reading. Okay. Where I am on my personal ascension journey is I've learned through, all of my studies, all of the things I've gone through, for me particularly. So just take what resonates, because it may not resonate with you. So as it pertains to me personally, I'm a very old soul. So I've come to realize, and I've had like professional high level work done on myself. Okay. So it's not some fluky shit. I just woke up and scratched my ass and decided something. It's not like that. No qualms to those that it is like that. Okay. But for me, that's not kind of the way it happened. So I have discovered and understand now, okay, that I'm an old soul, that I've carnated many, many lives, and that there's more power at my disposal than I ever thought because of the grade I came in with this carnation. Okay. I hope that makes sense. I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm like, I'm just trying to explain why I don't want to do the kind of reading I'm about to do. So when you've carnated that way, and then you start doing the inner work for yourself, and then getting professional work and getting things confirmed and laid out for you, then you start to understand that, oh, really it's all about me. I'm constantly co-creating, and it's what I put my attention and my focus on, essentially, no matter what type of spell work or black magic or prayers or whatever people do, because of the ranks, the ascension, the backing, I have the power to alchemize it. So, and at the end of the day, it don't even matter. You see, a part of me don't like doing it because it gives too much energy or even false credit or power to anyone that would be practicing in that lower vibratory stuff towards you, right? I'm guided to do it though because, and this is, I resisted it. I ain't gonna lie, because I was supposed to be on about my night. I resisted it, but here's why. Because I was reminded, first of all, about all of the stages of my night. I resisted it, but here's why. Because I was reminded, first of all, about all of the stages of my journey. I was also reminded about the heart of Bloom for Within Love, really wanting to bring clarity to people, no matter what stage. You know, clarity, validation in terms of what maybe some of you all sense or are intuitively picking up that's happened to you, okay, in your twin flame journey, soulmate journey, romantic partners, third parties, like all of that energy. Okay, so I was guided, do it in the name of remembering that and in the name of helping those who are scratching their heads and maybe they haven't ascended to the same grade, or maybe their soul didn't come with the same grade and they haven't tapped into maybe that level, and so they're just sitting there like scratching their head like, what the fuck? So now how my guides kept propelling me, if you're wondering, I was going about my day. And a couple things happened. I was sitting down and I was flicking the channel, and The Little Mermaid popped up. Old school Disney movie, right? And it was on a particular part though. Okay, so hear me out, because this reading is regarding spell work and why somebody did it. Okay, so you can understand that, yep, it was done. Here's why. And then what you're to do. Okay, if anything, because in some cases it's not going to be nothing. Your guidance is going to be let it be, because if you stay in alignment, you're protected. Okay, so I was watching this one clip of the Little Mermaid that popped on the screen, and it was the first mermaid, right? First Little Mermaid, and the dude, right? So Ariel had already gotten her wish, right, to have legs, and so she can be with the prince that she had found on Earth, right? So she, came and she got her legs, and so she was in the house. He was, welcoming her in or whatever, trying to get to know her, right? Cool. So she was upstairs, getting ready to plan to get married, yada yada, because he had met her before as a mermaid accidentally or some shit like that. But here's where the spell work comes. So the evil, wicked sea witch that did not like Ariel was a spellcaster. So she decided that she granted, first of all, Ariel the wish of her sea legs. Okay, here's the tricky part. She played like a friend. She played like an ally. She played like somebody that liked Ariel. Sure, here, I'll give you your wish. You want to have legs so you can go be with the prince? Okay. But it was always a ruse. It was always a disguise so that she can get in and bring destruction. So after she does that for Ariel, they show this scene of her concocting a spell to make her look like Ariel, a spell to make her sound like Ariel, a spell to make her appear as angelic as Ariel. And in the spell, she put this particular spell that in her voice, as she walked down the beach, that the prince would be outside, and as he heard her and looked upon her, he would be brought under her spell to believe that she was the real version, right? The real. In other words, to believe that she was the divine feminine, but she wasn't. And it was all due to the sea witches. You know, in the case of the movie, it was all due to her envy, her greed, her hatred to Atlantis, to Ariel, her father, you know, to do this. That's all it was about, essentially. It's not that she really loved Prince. I think it was Prince Eric. Okay. Yeah, it's not that she loved him. It was just, I want to do this and I'm going to do it because I can. Greed, you know, those types of things. So, and what happened is they showed the scene where his eyes, and I saw this as I was sitting down, I was like, fuck me. And I was like trying to get him and go on. I saw his eyes because he was standing out on the deck and he was really trying to contemplate something because he was remembering having this contact with Ariel before she had became human. I mean, before she became, you know, got her regular legs off. I mean, on. So he was like kind of concerned. He was confused. He was afraid, you know, because he was like, okay, she's here, but she's not the person I thought. And so he was just contemplating because she was actually the same person, but he wasn't seeing that. So, you know, but when, you know, the sea witch walked onto the shore of the beach, she had did the spell on herself so she can have the mannerisms, the appearance, the sound. She even used like something common that was common and true for Ariel to catch him, to make him want to like pay attention because it was something familiar, but it was really connected to the true divine feminine. And so it caught him, his eyes, like on the show when I was looking at it, he got fucked up, messed him up bad. So I don't believe, you know, I resisted because my light team knows how I feel about this sort of shit too. Like, I don't make excuses. Everybody's got free will, motherfuckers. You know, I get in my little attitude zone. I be like, folks need to do what the fuck they got to do then. You know? You know what I'm saying? I start getting an attitude. But, you know, they remind me like, well, you know, be fair, Brandy, because you know what the truth of the matter is. So I said, all right, I'll do it. From then on, he was convinced that this karmic queen, sea witch, okay, wannabe Ariel, that had tried to take on the persona of Ariel. From then on, he believed that she was the one. He was convinced, and I think, I don't remember the whole movie, you know, because I only saw that little one part, you know, I think he was like fencing to marry her or some shit. I can't remember the first Little Mermaid. That's how that spell, how deep that spell was. Like, he was fucked up. So, as I looked at that, my guys reminded me about how real that was, how common it was, especially for those that are on a twin flame journey, soulmate, deep, high level type shit, whether they're fully aware of it or not. The karmic energies, which is represented by the sea witch, that are usually at play. Okay. So I didn't get up right away to do it. The next confirmation my guys brought in because I still was a little slow to want to go there and to want to do it. So I was flicking the channel again. As I was like, okay, I see it. Cool. I was flipping the channel again. I landed on something else, some Hallmark shit. I was just changing the channel and it was like on this particular scene. And I was like, okay. I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh, fuck me. But this part made me end up going in tears. But y'all don't need to know that part, okay? But I'm more sensitive than I appear to be. So check this out. Something that happened with these two lovers, whoever they were, whatever this movie is, I don't know. It was some crazy, it's always drama. It's always some kind of epic, what I'm saying, drama, right? So the guy, he played an instrument. So he was like a musician, or he played a guitar or something, whatever. And he was singing a song, and then I guess the love of his life or whatever was in the audience or some shit like that. She was in the front, and I guess they had gone through some things, and I think he called out to her. He asked her to come up to the stage, and I think they had like a fight or had broken up, or it was something. And they like was whispering to each other, and he said, she said something about, I think they apologized. He apologized. She apologized. It was something to that effect, but they did it kind of like lowly to each other. And then he said to her, it was always you. And then like, they're looking at each other and like about to cry. Oh, you know how the movies and it swells and they hug and kiss, right? So I was like, okay, I'm sitting there. At first I was like holding back my tears and stuff. I was like, oh, wham, wham. I was like, this is corny. Like I was trying to like get out of the energy. And then after that, it jumped to another scene. So I think it like fast forwarded with them as a couple. And she was sitting right next to him, like under his arm. And then like they kind of looked at each other, like pulled away a little bit. And he looked at her, she looked at him. And he said, this is the part that like got me all fucked up. He said, let's promise each other that we'll always find one another. Something to that effect. He said, I'll always find you by the stars. Or I'll always find you. Let's remember. Something to that effect. But the way he said it at that moment, I can't quote it verbatim, but I know why it triggered something. I was like, oh, fuck me. And at that point, I was like, okay, I get it. This is a twin flame reading. It's about these journeys or whatever. So I boohooed because basically, there was this very long journey. A lot had happened. Twins travel over time and history and lifetimes. And there's always these epic stories to it, and they end up, the 5D, their souls make these contracts with each other, like what I saw. And when they fuck up, you know what I'm saying? They'll say, let's remember to find each other by the stars or some shit like that. So many of you have, if you are truly an authentic twin, you and your twin have always made that agreement some kind of way, or promised to find one another some kind of way, or something to that effect, no matter what, whether it's going to be that lifetime or another. And I was just like, wow. But see, that's a part of why spell work gets done. That depth, that level, that weight is unmatched. Okay, it compares to, it's not, the 3D shit ain't even in the same ballpark, man. No matter how fancy it looks, no matter how much it appeals to the pleasure senses, I don't know all the answers. I don't get it still. But that's real. So spell work was done by karmic energies. Some of the karmic energies actually influenced some of the twins to conduct and operate in that fashion. Okay? So let's find out why. Help me, team, because the sister did not want to do this. You heard me? So let's make it count. I'm doing it, so let's make it count. For those that it's truly for, circle of love, light, protection, reflection, violet fire, light team, amplify my intentions, my silent intentions, buffers and shields, healing, alchemy, truth and clarity, diffuse interference, toxicity, malevolence, any forms of self-centeredness or ego. May only the highest vibrational, benevolent, truth, clear, love, and light guidance and messages come forward that will benefit in a high vibrational way for the collective that is ready. Yeah, loyalty, cycles, wow. They didn't like that loyalty. The oath, and as I said loyalty, I just saw oath. Wow. The spell work was cast because on a subconscious level, a vibrational level, whether the karmic energies are consciously fully aware of it or not, most of them are, but a lot of them aren't. They know. It's like a silent knowing. That's the best way I could tell you guys. A silent knowing when people are on these twin flames, or if a twin have met their twin, and that these journeys have oaths. They're solid. They go cycle for cycle for cycle. Okay. So people wanted to break that loyalty. The spell work was to be able to destroy once and for all. At least they thought, because it's not even possible. But that's what it's for. That's why they do it, to try to break it, to try to interfere with that. Okay. Look at in deceit. Boom. Because they're in deception. They're disillusioned, and they use deceit to try to bring the confusion, which is what the Sea Witch did in the movie. The wannabe divine feminine. The copycat. Yep. Wow. Insane. Wow. Okay. Yep. Conclusion. Another reason why some of these karmics have tried to interrupt or interfere with some of these divine unions is because they didn't want these energies to wrap up whatever that conclusion in this carnation. Card number 12 is of significance. 12, break it down to a 3. They didn't want either masculine or feminine to come into alignment with the ascended masters. They didn't want the masculines or the feminines to, complete their missions here. Okay, which was to clear the karmic energies and bloodlines that they carnated into, as well as to ascend and then to help the collective conscious based on that contract they did pre-carnation. Light team, what's the message? Why was spell work done on these divine unions that I'm channeling for? Why, light team, was spell work done for these divine unions that I'm channeling for? Why was spell work done on these divine unions that I'm channeling for? Light. Why was spell work done for these divine unions? Listen in reverse. Why was spell work done on these divine unions? Why was spell work done? Please and thank you. Why was spell work done? Light. Violet fire. Light. Boom. Almost. Why was spell work done? Light T. Deceit. Bottom of the deck. Card number 11. Complicated. Dun, dun, dun. Card number 11. This is significance of the twin flame journey. Risk. So listen came out first. I think risk came out next. next, and then let's, and the seed is in reverse here, and then complicated, hope, summon. Look, here's the spell work right here. Here it is. Here it is, y'all. Yep. Okay. So it was done because someone either has some kind of a rigid, disempowering narrative or belief system about relationships, couples, marriage, family, culture, um, seniority. Yeah. So, and I say that because of that rigidity there. Somebody did not want to accept that something was changing or transforming. Also because they knew that the twin flame journey could not be broken, not truly. So they had hope. They did the spell work and was hopeful that it would bring a complication to the twin flame journey, right? And for some of them, the reason was because they feel like their situation's complicated. Maybe they feel like, well, we've known each other since high school, or, we were each other's first loves, or we've got kids, or you've always been my go-to sex buddy in between relationships. And if you get with divine feminine, that's going to end, or masculine. Yeah. But the spell work was to complicate the journey. I guess this is for some that actually do know that they can't destroy it. Wow. But they did fragment masculine or feminine energy here, or they were in a fragmented energy, whoever the sea witch is. So they tried to stop the movement. Look at movement, rigid, stagnate the twin, right? Attempt to. About all they can do. So listen is in reverse. Risk is at the heart. Deceit. As I said, the sea witch got the prince in Little Mermaid to take a risk because he listened to her deceit, the illusion that she created. So the reason is they don't want divine masculine or feminine, depending on what side you're on and who's the sea witch, you know what I'm saying, in your story here. They don't want divine masculine or feminine to listen properly, to hear, and to see the truth that the sea witch was operating in deceit. That is why, because they wanted divine masculine or feminine to take a risk with them, the sea witch. So they wanted to bring an interruption, have the divine masculine or feminine not listen to their own intuition, to not believe that they're lying, so to see them as truthful, so that they could take a risk, right? Wow. Ooh, we light team. Looking, then I see the hangman. Like I said, they wanted to stagnate the union. This is stagnant energy. Major Arcana hangman, Ace of Wands, fire energy, new beginning. They wanted to stagnate the union. Wow. I can feel this energy. Look at that. Here's the Queen of Cups. Oh, shit. And with the devil. Look. Woo, so look, y'all, for some of these people, this is what they did. This is some of it is sex magic. For some of them, that's what they did. And I say that because the Ace of Wands, which is known as the male phallic, is connected to the devil energy right here. Three of Pentacles represents third party energy, which became a burden, right? But this is what they use. Some of them used sex magic and sex spells, glamour spells, to try to interrupt the union. Some of them promised through manipulation, if they were a low vibrational queen, a big happy family, warm and fuzzies, 10 of cups. So they use manipulation and some of these individuals' attachment to maybe traditions in terms of family anyway, or familiarity to convince them to stay attached to devil energy, to keep them juggling from going towards divine masculine or feminine, to keep them in a stuck energy with this Eight of Swords, to keep them holding back from divine masculine or feminine or holding on to them, and to keep the divine masculine emotionally unstable, unavailable, and distant from feminine or masculine, from going towards their ship's Three of Wands. Woo, my God. That is why the spell work was done. Light team, listen. What's listening in reverse? Nine of Swords. Look, yep. Air energy right here. Anxiety, stress, worry. Wow. Hold on. Bear with me. So the sea witches did the spell work, sex magic, because they wanted either divine feminine or masculine to not listen to anyone else, to not stress or worry about or hear anything else about the divine union. They did the spell so that whoever they were trying to influence would come out of anxiety regarding their true love or their true unions, with this Nine of Swords in reverse. So they wanted to provide a false sense of relief to the masculine or feminine by not listening to their intuition, that when they chose the sea witch, that was the right choice. So they created the spell to create an illusion of this is right, this feels right. That's what the sea witch did too. That's what she did in Little Mermaid. All right, light team, what is risk? Wow, this is crazy. I could feel the intensity of this energy. Part of why I didn't want to do it. Look, I told you, the karmic queen, the manipulative queen, risk. It's actually twofold, you guys. So give me a second, because that came out at the bottom. Yep. Oof. Look. They did it because they didn't want masculine to go towards his real Two of Cups. They didn't want masculine to go on the new beginning. So they tried to make themselves appear to be feminine. like the sea witch. She appeared to sound like Ariel. She even sung the same song. So many of you feminines, you have a lot of copycatters. Okay? You do. Sorry. Whether it's in the same industry that you're in, or if it's in your own family, or if it's, regarding your masculines, your twins, friends, lovers that are copycatting you, basically. But see, that's how, in The Little Mermaid, how she convinced Prince Eric that she was the real divine feminine. Woo! Fuck me. Yep, 5 of wands, 2 of swords, yeah, I get it. And to take it with her instead, which is what the sea witch did. The seed in reverse. That wanted to come out. Hold on. See, this wanted to come out, but it didn't. 5 of cups, deceit. Oh, they did it. The sea witches, whoever the sea witches represent, it could be a sea warlock, okay? So don't get caught up on, pronouns and gender here, okay? But I was just referencing the movie, and in the movie of The First Mermaid, it's the sea witch. So, and the sea witch is representative of the karmic energies and karmic partners that try to interrupt in twin flame journeys. So, she or he did the spell because they didn't want to be sad first and foremost, 5 of cups, but they wanted the divine beings, the counterpart, the twin, to be. And they used deceit. They created a spell to create an illusion of truth, an illusion of honesty, an illusion of authenticity, because that's what deceit in reverse is. But they use spell work for that. That either that the masculine, that they wouldn't disappoint, maybe they promised masculines, feminines, or the twins that they won't break their heart, they won't leave them sad or something like that, that they promise, or they're telling the truth. So they created an illusion. For some of them, they played damsel in distress or man in distress. Like, oh my gosh. With Queen of Cups right there. I love you. Oh, please. I tell the truth. The divine feminine is really no good for you. I'm the divine feminine. You should be with me. We're supposed to have a family. So that's what they did. That's what the sea witches did. Okay? And they're doing it because there's codependency. Let's get some more. Give me a second, guys. Insane, dudes. I'm going to grab these back because I feel that energy. Okay. Whew, light team for the collective here. My God. Whoever the sea witches are represented in this reading team that assaults twin flame journeys, that are insisted upon trying to attack or hinder, block, delay, destroy the twin flame journeys and connections. I feel their exasperation. Some of them are tired. Why, Lighting? We got a little bit, but what's really going on in these karmics' lives? You know what I'm saying? That really is provoking them to be codependent on these twins, or to try to hurt the twins, hold them back, sabotage them, keep them stuck in karmic energy, keep them trapped in their shadow side or lust or whatever the thing is here. What is going on in these sea witches' lives here? What is going on in these karmic lives, Light Team, please? Represented in the reading that I'm channeling for anyway, Light Team. What's truly going on as to why they do that? What's going on in their lives? What's really happening that keeps provoking them to... I just heard low self-worth, low self-esteem, but let's get the cards. Low self-worth, low self-esteem. Light Team. Page of Cups, immaturity, okay? Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, young, immature. Ungrounded, that's what I'm getting also. Young, immature, ungrounded. Flighty. So there's a lot of ungroundedness in their lives. Some of them are immature, but we already heard low self-esteem, low self-worth. Yeah, Three of Pentacles. Let's see, Three of Pentacles. So maybe there's things maybe are slow. Like what provokes them to do this stuff is there's a lack of groundedness. There's a lack of healthy, solid progression and development with earth energy. They're emotionally immature. They're too flighty and reckless in their mind and in their communication, in their decisions. Three of Pentacles. Yeah, they have, some of them have trouble look at trouble healing. Here's the Star. Major Arcana. They're kind of flighty with it. They're always wishing upon a star, but they don't have stability, and they don't want to do the healing and the inner work or something. So instead, they just communicate kind of recklessly, swift, chaotic movement. Yeah. Oh, some of them have a lack consciousness because they're overly focused on the material world. They're overly focused on getting things. Some of them talk too much. Some of them are always gossiping. Some of them, wow. Oh, yeah, some of them are gold diggers too. Obviously, though, that's usually either, yeah. So they lie to the King of Pentacles so that they keep juggling, staying with them and investing with them. Oh, so they don't really know how to cultivate it outside of themselves. Oh, okay, because I heard low self-esteem, low self-worth. All right, Lighting. Anything else from here? Yep. Yep. Here it is. So, Three of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. And I said that earlier in a different way. They think that the ticket for them is based in the material world. They do. They really believe that, you know, they can't have it unless they have one of the twins. Okay? The big happy family, the Ten of Pentacles, but they have issues with cultivating these energies and frequencies for themselves. This is why they clinch onto the twins in these journeys. It's why they try to block twins, because they, in their own way, feel codependent on some of these twins, whether it is about the material world of money, whether it's about looks, appearance, whether it's about, you know, stuck to a tradition. The big happy family has to be the dog, the white picket fence, the blue shutters with the red front door, because that's tradition and the culture, in a sense of putting up a front for society. So so they hang on. That's why. But the issue is they're underdeveloped. They themselves are immature, ungrounded, flighty. So they clench. Wow. And which makes them, when you have low self-esteem, low self-worth, it will drive you to spell work. I mean, if you think about it, you guys, anybody that's willing to resort to those things, ask yourself the question, what has to really be going on inside of a person to go that far? As to really feel like that is the only way to their happiness. As to feel like that's the best route they got. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or that's the only way. Like, think about that, for realsies. Something inside of you and your own mind and thinking has convinced you that you own somebody, that you're entitled to a person, and that the only way to your essential, ultimate wish fulfillment and happiness in life is connected to a person. So, in other words, without that person, then the belief is you lose. You can't have happiness or wish fulfillment, which is a lie. But some of these karmics, I'm looking at the bottom of the deck, they have a lot of secrets with this moon card. They have a lot of hidden lovers, Seven of Pentacles, next to the Chariot and Lovers here. They're always swift to go towards other lovers. That's a part of their issue, is that they are themselves non-committal on some level, or unfaithful, quick to have sex with other people. Some of them may be Sagittarius, because I'm drawn to look at this bow and arrow right here. Not everybody, though, because the Lovers mean Gemini. Wow. Wow, okay. Woo, that's another side message. This is heavy, team. Okay, so some of them, they just create these illusions of this ships coming in with the big happy family, okay, with the twin. They're actually slow to commit with this Nine of Pentacles, because many of them go in and out too. They promise a commitment to the Emperor here, which is the divine masculine, okay? They promise a commitment, Four of Wands, okay? that they'll bring things to balance, but they always end up breaking up or something, because of infidelity, either due to other women, other men, illusions, secrets here, investing in other people, swiftly always moving to different lovers. That's also what the universe is revealing as a part of their issue as well. They kind of just want to have these twins on reserve or something. So basically future faking, go in and out at will with fake apologies, Page of Cups, fake promises, whimsical, swift movement. We're going to build, turns into third party. Somebody cheating, some shit, slow to commit. Promises, ships will come in for one day providing one big happy family, and it never happens. Wow. But they sure enough cast a spell to appear to be divine feminine, I tell you that. They sure enough. The sea witch. Oh, I love this. Okay. Whew. Light team, what we got? Let's move this out the way. So now we know why this spell work was done by the sea witch karmics. Okay. For the collective that may want to know, hope this ain't too much of a trigger for the collective I'm channeling for. I'm already used to this stuff, but my team, for the collective that wants to know, okay, so it's confirmed there's spell work, here's why. For the collective that wants to know the sea witch's end, or the sea witch's bad karma for doing that. Like, what is the penalty? What's the consequence for, going to such a degree and extent to interrupt and interfere in divine twin flame journeys? And worse yet, to pose as divine feminine. Woo! Okay. So, imprisonment. Some of them are going to end up trapped and some they hate. For some of them, it's going to be the very thing that they went so far to do a spell for. They're going to loathe it. Like something is going to flip. Like they were so relentless. They were so incessant and they felt so glorious at feeling victorious at what they thought had succeeded. Some of them going to be trapped in it, but it ain't going to be what they thought, because the twin in their aspect will be demoted to karmic until that twin ascends, if they ever ascend. Okay? So it's not going to be what they thought. I'm sorry, Lacey, it's funny to me. People need to stop. Need help. Okay. Ooh, some of them, divorce. For some that actually married one of the twins, the sea witches. I saw toil and labor. So for some of them, all of the spells and things they did is going to revolt. It's going to go into a boomerang. So they're going to have to go and toil and labor in more ways than they ever imagined for doing that. Wow. It's crazy. Is it worth it at the end of the day, though? Shit. I don't want now nobody that bad. Shit. Not even my twin. Fuck that. He has a free will. Let it be. Oof. For some of them, they're gonna lose the main male who they thought. Oh fuck me. So for some of the sea witches, they're gonna lose the main male and all the wealth. And that's for some of you that maybe your masculines may have wealth. I'm not sure. Maybe they inherited something, okay, or will. I don't know. Yep, unexpected income. Ooh, their bad karma is their income is gonna be hit. Shit. Okay. See, that's why it ain't working, man. So everything they got, they basically gonna. Ooh. Anyway, light team, what's gonna happen for the collective who wants to know what's the sea witch's bad karma as a result for fucking with the twin flame union? I told you they're gonna lose that wealthy man. Or money, lighting. What's their bad karma? Gift in reverse. Told you. Bad karma for the sea witches. Bad karma for the sea witches interrupting in twin flame journeys. Bad karma for the sea witches interrupting in twin flame journeys. Doing spell work. Bad karma for the sea witch. Light. Yeah, baby. Bad health. Because they wished it on the twins. So ill-advised. God, people. Poverty. The sea witches karma for fucking with the twin flame journey. Black magic and spell work. Poverty. Bad health. Loss of their gifts, whatever it is they were using. Loss of wealthy men. Loss of privilege. If they were privileged, not anymore. They're not going to be. Some of these sea witches are going to get a message of concern from some of these twins that they don't want to be with them anymore, that they want to go towards divine feminine with high honor. Divine feminine representing as the privileged lady. Yeah, some of them are going to be getting messages, either some restrictions to do with their home because they kept assaulting the twins, wanting the twins to not have anything, wanting the twins to feel limited or bound to things. So that's where they're going to get hit. Their occupations, lovers. Essentially, all of the energy that they put in with these spell works towards the twins is coming back. Oh, death is right here. Fuck me. Death. See? Folks need to ask themselves a question at the end of the day, man. Is it really worth it? And trust me, you guys, in all fairness, all things being equal, I don't mean, hold on, let me adjust here. I understand more than people may think that I do on all sides, to be honest. I do. Shit, it's life. And sometimes when people are just not in, I get it, but that cause and effect, man. And I think maybe because I'm old enough, you know what I'm saying? I lived long enough, you know. I came as an ascended soul, so I had to learn a lot of my lessons very early. But at the end of the day, you know, when we all put our pride aside, because it's all fear and ego, if we want to keep it 100, y'all. Fear and ego, pride. Nobody's going to go to these extents and it ain't got nothing to do with no damn fear and no damn pride. At the end of the day, it costs too much, though. It's like a false victory and shit. Like, on the surface. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like, ooh, the sea witch came in and she got Prince Eric on the mermaid. But look at the destructive end, though. The penalty, the price. You know what I'm saying? All for some fuck shit. All, you know, for that lower energy. Oh, I don't like Ariel's family, the Atlanteans, and oh, I, everything should be mine. You know? It costs too much. And if she would have just minded her business, the sea witch, you know what I'm saying? In the movie, left her alone and shit. Stayed in her little area and did her shit and left that royal family alone. That didn't have to be her end. It didn't have to be. If she would have just learned the lessons. Sad. It's actually very sad. And even deeper than that, because it affects other lives too, you know. All jokes aside, y'all hear me clown and I have fun doing it. But all jokes aside, you know, lives are affected, and that's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? Karmic energies are accrued. You know what I'm saying? That's not a joke. And because of the law of vibration, cause and effect and consequences, especially dealing with twins, fucking with twins, you know, some of this shit is gonna hit in places that people thought they could beat. They thought they were above the law, you know, but higher realms, you know, that's outside of our 3D efforts, you know, higher realms starts to step in for some of these twins. And it's like, okay, that's what you put out. You went through so much energy to do that. Okay, you need to heal because that energy is going somewhere, but it's not going to stay with the twins. The twins, it's not going to stay with them. Think about it. They know how to alchemize it. Especially a high vibrational twin that's awakened. It ain't going to touch them. It's going to be like a ricochet. It's just not worth it. Light team, wealthy man. The sea which is karma. Wealthy man. Please. Yep. 9 of Cups. Their karma is they're not going to get their wish fulfillment, man. Oh, they're going to always be looking, basically. The sea which is bad karma. Ooh. Oh, shit. That's a side message. I'll give y'all that one in a minute. That's the worst kind of karma. All right. Gift in reverse, light team. Ten of Wands, Hanged Man. They're going to be burdened and stuck. It wanted to come out in reverse. So what I feel like is that whatever gift, whether it's the twin or whatever that is, that they try to keep clenched onto or stuck or burdened down, is actually going to be freed and released in reverse. drop. That's their bad karma. What they went so far to do spells for is going to become burdensome. They're going to lose it. They're going to get stagnant and stuck. For some of them, the twins are going to end up getting whatever it was they went to work so hard for to get with their magic. Some of their bad karma, there's the Empress, here's Divine Feminine, here she is, look at this. So wow. See, give me a second, you guys. Look, okay. So we have the Magician in reverse, and then we have the Wheel. So for me, this feels like, what this spell work was all about. Okay. Constantly trying to bend and turn the wheel, right? To keep the twins walking away from each other. The Eight of Cups, right? And there's the King of Swords too. To keep them defensive towards one another. Some of them did spells literally to keep the twins in conflict, at war. And that was in an attempt to, if they couldn't have the twin themselves, it was to keep the twins from one another. That's a pretty desperate MF, though. Jesus. That's a pretty something wrong in the upstairs regions. Yeah, because Magician in reverse is manipulation, is magic. So, but here's the thing. Here's the Empress, the Divine Feminine. So there was betrayals. Whew. My God. Hold on. Okay. So their bad karma, for some of them, not everybody, only take what resonate. It's going to be a few things. Like I said, the things that they fought so hard for in their spell work is going to actually end up going to the twin. Okay. Also, the things that they try to make sure never happened, whether they were with the twin or not, right? Because some of these karmics, some of these divine masculines and feminines have already walked away. Something has already happened for some of them, okay? But some of these karmic sea witches were incensed because, again, I told you guys at the beginning, it's subconscious. They have a lot of low self-esteem, low self-worth, as well as a hate for the divine twins, for twin flame journeys, right? So that's what's driving them, right? That sense of entitlement and ownership and all of that stuff, those belief systems. But the very things that they were so worried about, like they wanted the feminine to be heartbroken and betrayed and destroyed forever, but it's 10 of Swords reverse. Hierophant, commitment. The happiest card in the deck, the Sun. Some of their karma is they're going to have to watch and see something. Some of their karma is that some of the twins finally decided to just say, fuck it, shit. Some of the twins got tired and just decided to just straight up tell them, the karmic sea witches, like, fuck it. Okay, since you keep on bothering me, then I'm finna tell you. The truth is, I regret betraying divine feminine with you. The truth is, divine feminine is what makes me happy. I want to commit to feminine. And that is going to be some of these karmic sea witches' worst sounds to hear. I'm not saying any of you feminines are going to want to take the, masculines back. That's not what this reading is. This reading is the spell work. Why was it done? And what is going to be some of the karmic repercussions for the sea witches, okay? We're not talking about whether or not there's going to be a reunion. We're not talking about whether or not you want it. But some of these karmics, for some of these situations, they have a lot of vanity. And when you're in the 3D like that and you feel like your shit don't come out smelling like shit, like everybody else's. Right? So, they have kind of built up their pride and ego based on their ability to interrupt twin flame journeys, to so-called take somebody's man or woman or whatever, so that they build up like their ego on that. So it's like for the divine masculine or, one of the twins to turn around and just straight up say when they pissed off, because chances are the karma must have pissed off somebody, to cause them to say, you know what? See which I want out. I hate that I broke the feminine's heart for this shit. Bad health, light team. See which is bad karma for interfering in the twins. There's the world. Boom. Queen of Pentacles, bottom of the deck. World, bad health. So for some of them, shit is complete. Didn't I just say that though? Like all of that shit, all of that spell work to keep twins in limbo and stuck and burdened. This fell over right here. The world is the last card of the tarot deck. It represents a cycle of total completion. And that's going to cause these karmics bad health. Mental, emotional, right? Yeah, they're going to end up stuck in their head on some things, Eight of Swords. And maybe like the shit that they do is going to constantly keep them in limbo. See, that's kind of karmic repercussion. You kept doing spells to hinder a connection, to make sure that people didn't see each other properly, to make sure that it didn't go anywhere, as is your fate. As is your fate. Wow. Fuck me, man. That's why I keep saying, I'm like, shit, please think about it, y'all, because it's you. Shit is it worth it? I'm trying to live life. Hell, man. All right, team. What else? What we got? So that's the sea witches. That's their plight. All right, let's move that out the way here. Well, no, I'll keep it. So, light team, what are these sea witches being asked to release and let go of, or what have they been resistant to, which is why they're going to be getting this bad karma from the letting go deck here? Please and thank you. Gotta go, team. It's already late. I could have did this tomorrow. Man. All right. Okay. For the first column, wealthy man, 9 of cups. What did these karmic sea witches refuse to? Okay. Look, oh, fuck me. So they refuse to allow things to just happen as it should without interference. This is the leading card. They resisted change, trying to hold on to what they felt like was their wealth and their wish fulfillment with the 9 of cups. They resisted allowing things to happen naturally. Wow. They didn't realize that as I'm looking at the back, because see, even karmics, you know what I'm saying? It's like we all have choice, y'all. Okay. So this is why some of the repercussions are so heavy, because it's not that we're not given a choice or forgiveness or an opportunity to clear things, or we all are to some extent granted that if we want it. So what happened with the karmic sea witches in this reading, they were too resistant and stubborn, and they were too codependent and clinchy. Okay. In the back, it says, today I will let things happen without worrying about the significance of each event. I will trust that this will bring about my own growth. They didn't trust that as they released things and allowed things to happen, that their own growth and success could happen for them. And it wasn't necessarily attached to that masculine energy. Okay. That they could find wish fulfillment if they just released clenching and left room for their own growth and lessons. At the bottom, it says, I will have faith that my lessons will reveal themselves in their own time. So releasing releasing attempts to control and manipulate. And that's basically what black magic is all about. Someone trying to control and manipulate an outcome, an event, a situation in the favor of how they want it to be. And that's their failure. That's the sea witch's failure. Okay. That's the leading card. So that's what provokes them to do black magic, because they didn't allow things to happen the way they were supposed to. Okay, light team over here with gift in reverse. This column over here, the sea witches. Loving myself unconditionally. Didn't I tell you guys self-worth in the beginning of the reading that I heard low self-esteem, low self-worth, no matter how pretty they are or handsome? Listen, y'all, I didn't live long enough. And then, yeah. You'd be surprised, you know, often we look so in the 3D and think, oh, these people couldn't possibly have low self-esteem and self-worth. They act so arrogantly. They act so vain and pretentious, and you know what I'm saying? And they've had every surgery done on the earth, so they got all the parts where they want them to be. I'm just playing, I'm playing. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we think that, okay, if you looked at someone like Halle Berry or someone like, you know, whoever you find to be, you know, or, ooh, Bradley Cooper, or, who's my faves? I ain't gonna get into all my faves, y'all. But anyways, you know, there's people that we look on the surface and we go, there's no way they have low self-worth and self-esteem. But you'll be surprised. Some of those individuals are some of the very most emptiest people, because they have trauma just like everybody else. They have inner child wounds like everybody else. They were cultured into some toxicity like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? And so that's their persona, and that's what they hide behind. And because of that, they felt to love themselves unconditionally, which provoked them, you know what I'm saying, to not want to release things, to try to clinch onto things here to such a degree that they had to do spell work. This is at the root. Because if one loved themselves truly and unconditionally, they know they don't have to clinch onto nothing. They don't have to resort to trying to practice some kind of a spells to attain something, or to try to make someone else's life hell, or to try to prevent someone else from their destiny. They know that essentially their happiness lies within them, and they have the ability to co-create their own version of that love, wealth, success without needing to bend reality or attempting to. The C, which is failure, to love themselves. Failure to lean into source to get the help to do it for their own healing. So that's what I pick up with this. Essentially, you know, they refused to allow things to happen naturally. They refused to align with their higher selves, source, Gaia, God, whatever their beliefs are, for their inner healing, to love themselves. All of this is what's at the root and foundation of why. It's also what is, why so much karma. Look at bottom of the deck, releasing fear. They're afraid to let go of some of these twins. Wow, man. Whether they say it or not, whether they admit it or not, that's that toxic codependency. All right, last column, light team, bad health for this karmic sea witch is here. Bad health in the world. Bad health in the world. Look at that, feeling good. Wow, quite the opposite, isn't it? See, here's the irony. This is what I'm trying to, help us. This is what I'm trying to say, man. Quite the opposite. Look at what happened. Damn. So they didn't feel good inside, you guys, okay? Now, and divine feminines, if any divine feminines come on, I'm not making excuses, okay? Y'all should know me by now if you listen to me long enough. I'm not making excuses for nobody. I'm not making excuses for karmics or divine masculine, or anybody. See, a lot of these karmics did not feel good inside, so that's why they chased so many things. That's why they clinched onto so many things. That's why a lot of them have like addictive personalities. Well, that's why a lot of them are in addictions, and they have to buy all the best things, and they have to have an extremely amount of sex, and they have to, what I'm saying, keep up with the Joneses, and that's because at the root, inside, they don't feel good. They don't. And when you're feeling that way, you project it outward. And if it's been there for a really long time, and if there's been resistance and refusal, is some of these karmic energies was trying to do so much fucked up shit so that these twins get bad health on purpose. They was trying hard, spell work. Because they didn't feel good within themselves. And now their karma is they never really will. Shit. Man, ask yourself a question. Talk about it. Because see, look, y'all, it's all fun and games in the early stages, isn't it? You know, when we think about the Little Mermaid movie, I mean, we know the ending, but let's pretend like we don't. And it's all fun and games. You know, the sea witch was in her little room with her concoction and shit and stuff, snickle, you know, doing all that weird shit. And she executed her mission, her spell. And it was all fun and games. It felt, you know, can you imagine how the sea witch felt walking down the beach, you know what I'm saying, mimicking divine feminine? Can you imagine how it felt for the sea witch when the Prince Eric, bought into her spell? How satisfying that was. How victorious that felt to be brought into the castle, into the palace, and to be introduced to the prince's family as, you know, his one and only and whatever, as she pretends to be divine feminine. Can you imagine how it, you know, let's just think about that. In that moment, it feels like it was all worth it. It feels like it was a victory and a success, but it wasn't. It was a shallow, hollow, temporary victory. Wow, man. That has potentially maybe stagnated and ruined the rest of their lives just because they didn't let go. And worse yet, they tried to assault, hurt, and hinder twins. So there's a higher penalty there. Shit. Don't sound so fancy now. Thinking about the sea witch, it sounds like sea witch should have stayed home. Shit. At least she would not, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't be that bad. Fuck that. Anyway. Woo, get me out of here, team. This is a heavy one. All right. May they be well. Light team now for divine feminine, divine masculine. Represented in this reading. We already know spell work was done. We know why. We know the karmic repercussions for interrupting twin flame journey. What does divine feminine and masculine need to know or hear pertaining to all of this? What does the divine masculine or divine feminine need to hear pertaining to all of this? What does the divine masculine, divine feminine need to hear pertaining to all of this? What does the divine masculine, divine feminine need to hear pertaining to all this? Stealth. Stealth, 19. Look at this, twin flames. Whoa, fuck me. Twin flames. Can't make it up. I cut the deck. I don't know what to say. Akasha. Letting go, cleansing. All right. Divine feminine. Continue to cleanse and just release and go with the flow. That's your energy anyway. Divine Feminine, that is your energy. That's where you're at. You're just in the flow. You're letting go. You're cleansing yourself. You understand your place. Yep. You're tapping into your sensuality, feminine wisdom. Okay. Some major achievements are happening for the Divine Feminine here as a result of the release. So feminines, as a result of you letting go of your attachment and even concern about all of this stuff, the spell work and everything, you're just moving forward with achievements because you have hidden knowledge. You're silent. You know some shit. It says hidden knowledge, Akashic records. Some of you probably doing work in the Akashic records. Yeah, feminines are focused. And that's what you're guided, to stay. If you're divine, resonate as divine feminine, that's just confirmation of what many of you already knew. And I think that's why I was guided to do it in part for those of you who were scratching your head, kind of like, you suspecting something and not sure, So the information that I provided was just to confirm to you all that no, you're not nuts. It's happening. People do that shit. That's what was at play that interrupted your connection, and it was probably there from the very beginning. Okay. All right. Let's get a pull uprights only for divine feminine, and then we'll do masculine. Divine feminine. What is divine feminine? What else she needs to know? What's the message for the divine feminine in the reading? Resonating with this. Opening heart deep connections. Yeah. There's another 11. Card number 11. Oh, fuck me. Aw. You're being divinely guided, divine feminine. You're getting angelic assistance, divine guidance, loving support. You're getting some backing here, deep connections to assist you on this journey. Okay. What else for the divine feminine? What else for the divine? I told you y'all was psychic. I told you. Many of y'all. Wow. There's some love there. Wow. Whoa. Oh, wait. Sorry, guys. I don't know what happened. So they changed colors? What the hell? Sorry, y'all. I'm like touching the screen. I'm like, what the heck is happening? I was trying to see. Oh, wow. Somebody said mind blown. I don't know who that was. Wow. Yeah, it's a trip. Okay. Divine feminine. Let's see. Wait, hmm. Oh, that's what that is. Now I see. I just see that little bar up there. Wow. I didn't know. I'm learning so much about this live stuff, y'all. I didn't even, hell, I don't be paying attention, right? Okay, so bottom of the deck, divine feminine. Okay, you're learning about boundaries, right? You're protected. You're held in high honor, okay? You guys see some things with that precognition there. All right, last one for Divine Feminine, and we'll go to Masculine. Last one for Divine Feminine. Last one for, shit. Yeah. Divine Feminine, continue to tap into your sensuality, your feminine wisdom, and your passion. So many of the feminines are just getting some emotional support and some backing here. Some things to soothe her heart, some things to fulfill her. Downloads are coming to the Divine Feminine with precognition, psychic ability. A lot of Egyptian roots there. Divine Feminine is tapping into her sensuality, okay? And that's where you're to stay. That's what you're being guided to, just stay there, okay, Feminine? Okay, now let's go for Masculine, light team. The Divine Masculines that are represented in this collective regarding that spell work from the Karmic Sea Witches here. For the Divine Masculine. Wow. Portal. Okay, the masculines are awakening. It has infinite mind, awakening consciousness, and then sensuality, the feminine. So they're awakening again. It kind of goes with that other reading a little bit. They're awakening to the Divine Feminine. Maybe within themselves. Maybe they're doing some healing. Some inner child healing or something. Yep, there's clarity. Some of them are getting some clarity. Wow. Look it. And they said uprights only, y'all. So look it. Some of the masculines are getting clarity about Divine Feminine. That came out in another reading. Wow. Wow. That, with that wisdom right there, some of them are awakening that the Divine Feminine was telling truth the whole time, that she's got a lot of wisdom in spite of how people have painted her, in spite of how he himself painted her. And he's gaining courage, Divine Masculine. If they're not having courage yet, card number 2, they're significant. They're being asked to tap into courage. Okay, Divine Masculine light team, what are the messages that's in this reading? Divine Masculine. Divine Masculine light team. Light. Divine Masculine. Purpose, attunement. Some of the masculines are being sent into the dark night of the soul so that they can go on a shamanic journey to tap into what their purpose is. So they're on some vision quest here. Divine Masculine, they're going through change and transformation. Yep. Right now, some of the masculines may be feeling grumpy due to the dark night of the soul and the awakening and the challenges and transformation. So they may be feeling grumpy and harsh energy, but the guidance is that as they yield to their own shamanic journey, whatever that means for them, their own awakening, their own inner work, inner healing, that the softness is going to come in for them, okay? Divine Masculine, true love and compassion, okay, as you tap in and do that inner work here. Because they feel like, these masculines feel like they lost the feminine because they wanted to be in reverse. Yeah. And as I said that, we have hostilities. Yeah. Unrest. So for Divine Masculines, then your guidance is that that's a part of the process, especially for those that are coming out of connections with the sea witches, you know. But as the masculines go on their journey, then they get their inner healing. They get, you know, released from all of that. And even in terms of feminine, that's what they're worried about. That's what they're worried about. Okay, light team for the divine masculine. For, you know, at least the healing aspect. We don't know if there's union, but some of them are kind of scared even. Okay. Yep. See, look at all the nurturing energy. So masculine's got to set some boundaries too. So the guidance is leading card for masculine. You got to go within, my friend. You got to connect to that purpose, dude. You got to get attuned, get that vision quest, get that energy right. Know who you are. With that comes more tenderness. It's softer once you go through these dark nights of the soul and clear all that other energy. More healing to like inner child issues related to mother wounds and issues here. But optimism is here. There's a reason to be joyous about future. Okay, so practice some gratitude, set some boundaries, masculines, especially if you're still surrounded by a lot of sea witches. Practice some boundaries in your life and go on your own shamanic journey. This part right here ain't even got nothing to do with feminine, okay? Divine feminine. This is you, masculine. That's your guidance. And look, divine feminine still got your back. She's right here. Divine feminine is already in position. Look it, and she's right next to the twin. She's in position. She'll always be in position, though. These feminines, they're on their path. They're on their quest. The feelings are there and they're real. Feminines are calming the waters for themselves in their life. That's what divine feminine is doing. She's self-regulating due to all of that crazy, chaotic shit that was caused through sea witches and some of the actions of the masculine. Okay? But she's right behind you. She's actually right here. Masculine's guidance. He's got to go. He's got to do it on his own. It's his choice. Okay, divine masculine, it's up to you to go on your own journey to heal and get that softness, heal the feminine principle within yourself, and set boundaries with people in your life that, you know, yeah, okay? That's for masculine. All right, you guys. This concludes this. Yes, spell work was done. Yep. Why they did it. Yep. For those that are on these twin flame journeys, why there was these karmic attachments, interference to this degree and severity of actual black magic and spell work. So wrapping up, as with the movie The Little Mermaid, the sea witch, the spells were to create an illusion for karmic energies to appear like the divine feminine, to mimic, copycat her energy, her persona, her stylo, her swag, her style, her voice, her essence, to get masculine in a spell to be convinced that the feminine is the enemy and the karmics was the divine. Unfortunately, in this read, for many of you divine feminines, as you already know, the masculines were duped and fell for it. And some of the masculines actually ended up participating under the spells of these karmics, because the karmics set up chaos spells. It was all a part of it. Make the twins fight, make the twins hate each other, make the twins see each other as evil, make the twins not be attracted to each other, make the twins not be able to see eye to eye, make him love me, make him see me as divine feminine, and see her as the karmic. Some of these karmic individuals went that far, unfortunately, which caused interruptions and interference in y'all's connection and twin flame journey, probably from the beginning. Didn't even give it a fair shot to ever develop, ever, because there was spell work being done from the beginning. Yep. All you guys have to do is think about the time when you guys were connected. Think about the patterns. And that's where you'll trace it, okay? You'll trace where every time the karmic energies start working their shit. This is why a lot of the masculines were Jekyll and Hyde, because they were under sex magic, they were under spells, conflict spells, glamour spells. Man. And they didn't even stop there. Some of them had family members and friends in on the shit. Yeah, it's that deep. But no need for you all to worry, especially divine feminines. It looks like some of the masculines are going through the dark night of the soul, and their higher selves are trying to help them to get on their own version of a shamanic journey, because there's a lot of harshness in their world right now, no matter how they appear on Instagram. Okay, y'all. All right. Hope y'all enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I don't even think I'm going to be able to do nothing what I was supposed to do. I knew this was going to take longer. That's why I wanted to do it tomorrow. But anyway, I hope it resonates. Chances are these two readings I did today, I will put up tomorrow because I may not have time, and they take a little time for TikTok to process them. But I certainly put them up there for people who were not here from start to finish and just were interested in possibly, oh, hello, possibly, be able to hear it and stuff like that. Okay. All right, you guys. I sent you guys so much love and light. Somebody said that somebody's daughter had a dream. I certainly hope that don't happen. She said that the dad flew off the bridge. Ugh. Hope not. Oh, somebody said that they had a dream that they were battling Ursula. That's her name in the movie. Oh, well, there you go. Sea witch. I know that sounds degrading, but I mean, she was a sea witch, okay? Um, and that's because divine feminine is, you know what I'm saying? It's there's attacks on divine feminine, especially awakened feminines. That's why it's real prevalent like that. It's like awakened feminine, when you're a twin, the ascension of the feminine still affects the twin, even if they're not even in communication. So that's why these karmics went to such a degree. So they're like, let me portray like I'm divine feminine. So, friends start slipping in little seeds of doubts into the masculine's ear regarding the true divine feminine. The karmics did it. Family members, friends, to only continue to sow seeds to reinforce the spell work, and the masculine being wounded and not where the feminine is on the journey. He has not ascended. You know what I'm saying? Not awakened, not in alignment. So that's why it was easier to affect him to that severity and to get him locked. The stuff that they tried to put on feminine basically ricochet. So the gang stalking, the cyber stalking, the trolling, the bullying, the stealing, copycatting, you know what I'm saying? Gossip, rumors, lies, it ricochet off feminine because feminine can't be touched. She's unaffected. She's unaffected because she knows who she is and she knows where her power lies. So that's why it feels a little bit different, like the spell work effects. But feminine certainly feels it, though. The divine feminine has felt all of it, but she knows how to handle it. Masculine, unawakened, he didn't. Some of them still might not, but I think because of some of the cards we saw, I think some of them are starting to become hip to the shit because they tried to portray the feminine as the one doing the spell work. It's weird. They tried to flip it, and essentially, it was really them. Because feminine don't have to do that shit. Oh, divine feminine ain't got no time for that. Divine feminine knows who she is. Shit. Divine feminine knows and understands energy, and she ain't playing like that. She's in alignment with purity and divinity. She don't believe in fucking with people's destiny. That's karmic energy. All right? All right, you guys. I send y'all love and light. For anybody that may be here, hugs and kisses, smooches, high fives, all that good old stuff. You heard me? Send these people love and light. Feminine, you're on track. Stay there. Okay? Continue to tap in. You're being brought support. We saw a lot of water energy for you. You're tapping into your softness, your femininity. Caring connections are coming in to support you in the journey, to back you, right? And you're getting it in the higher realms. You're getting angelic support. So you ain't got nothing to worry about. Let the chips fall as they may. You stay the path, stay on your journey. Stay focused, okay? If I have time, I may do some scripting for you guys and put it up on the shorts if I can. I actually designed my own scripting. Some of the things I put on up yesterday, I created it. So I may, to help you, divine feminine, to stay in that energy, stay there. That's how powerful you are. That's why you're unaffected, no matter how incessant karmic energies try to do that shit. Okay? All right, you guys. I appreciate all of you. May you all be well. And let's just send them love and light, the karmic energies in accordance with the higher selves. Okay? Because as we saw, and as Source gave me the download as I was doing the reading, the heartbeat behind all of this is lack of self-esteem and self-worth, and lack of true unconditional love. Failure to, go the journey and do that inner healing. So essentially, no matter how sparkly and shiny they are and how they appear to the world, they're hurting souls. Okay? Hurt people, hurt people. Divine feminine, you're not here to save them. You're here to save yourself. Stay in alignment. Wish them well. Okay? Love and light. Namaste. Somebody said what? Oh, sorry. Oh, namaste. Bye, you guys.